Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and this week, since it's coming up on Halloween, we are wrapping up the Frostgrave Witches box set, which we did that last week. We wrapped them up last week. This week is a special bonus. This isn't part of the Frostgrave Witches box set. This is a witch from Reaper Miniatures. And I think this witch and this graveyard archway, I'd gotten both of these as two separate bonus orders from Reaper Miniatures. I'm a little bit started on this project already because I originally had other plans for this project, and then something else fell through and I needed to use the miniature for something else, and so I had a gap in my shooting schedule. So I decided to make this all one project, and so I'll go ahead and bring you up to date on what I've done already. The plinth here is just a square cube from Michael's. You can buy them for like $2-3 at Michael's. The graveyard archway is from Reaper Miniatures. I glued some extra skulls onto it. I grayscaled the whole thing. I was originally going to paint the archway as a video, and then decided that with the black and white picture on the back and the black cube, I kind of liked it in grayscale, and I think it's going to show off the miniature better once I paint her in color. And then put her on there. I think that's going to look a lot better than if I had painted the whole archway. The picture in the background is just a graveyard picture that I found in black and white on the internet someplace and printed it off, glued it to a piece of cardboard on the back, glued the whole thing together, and so there you go. We got a nice little display base. So as far as I'm concerned, this part is done. This video is going to focus on painting this witch, and she is pinned onto this cork with a piece of wire there to kind of hold her onto that, and when I'm done I will use that wire to drill a hole in the display base through the gateway into the cube, and then that'll pin her to the base and hold her there, and I think that's going to look really good. So for right now, we've got this little witch from Reaper Miniatures. She's got a little black cat. She's got a little jack-o'-lantern there. I'm going to do some OSL on the jack-o'-lantern's face and experiment with some kind of greenish skin tones for the witch. I think she's going to look really good. So I'm going to pause right here and get started, and then we'll come back and take a look at her. All right, see you in a bit. All right, we made some progress on our girl here. You can see I got her skin done and her lips done. Also got her hair done in the Nightmare Black. So she's looking pretty effectively witchy there. So up next I'm going to do her under tunic, which is just shows on the sleeves here, these little sleeve caps, matte black. Her boots and her belt and pouches are all going to be Black Templar. Her bustier here is going to be metallic purple, so I may do that one next, just because that's the one that's going to stand out. And then her cloak and her hat are both going to be Thanos black with purple hat band and purple lining on the cloak. And then her skirt is going to be Vallejo black gray with excuse me, with purple lining. So I think she's going to look pretty good when she's done. I'm going to go ahead and do the bustier next, and then we'll come back and take a look at her. All right, see you in a bit. Alright, boys and girls, so we got the matte black done on her under tunic and the metallic purple done. That looks kind of stark right now. It's going to look better once I get all the other blacks done in there. So up next we're going to do the Thanos black on her hat and her cloak. Thanos black with the dark purple lining on the and hat band on the hat and cloak, and then we'll come back and see how that looks, and I think that's gonna start tying stuff together. It's gonna look really good. So I really like how she's turning out so far. I think this is gonna be good. See you in a bit. Alright, we got the hat and the cloak base coated. Also did the lining on the skirt and the cloak. Can't really see a whole lot of the cloak lining. Also did the lining on the hat and the purple. in the base band, the hat band. So up next, you may wonder why this all looks kind of flat, like I haven't highlighted any of it. It's because I haven't. I'm going to go, once I do the skirt in the Vallejo black gray, I'm going to give the cloak and the hat a light dry brush of the black gray. Excuse me. And a lighter dry brush of Eshin gray, which is also going over the black gray. So I'm going to do those, and then I'll do all that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the black gray next, and then we'll come back and take a look at her. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so now we've got her skirt done in the Vallejo black gray. We've also got her cloak and hat dry brushed in the Vallejo black gray. We've also got all of it dry brushed in the Eshin gray, and that kind of brings out the highlights and shadows and stuff like that, and that looks really good. So up next we're going to do her belt pouches, and boots in Black Templar. And I have to admit, this is the first time I've used this particular Black Templar. My Black Templar ran out, and so I had to go buy new stuff, and they changed the formula, so Black Templar wasn't the dark kind of greenish black that it was. It's now kind of a blue color, and what used to be Black Templar is now called Black Legion. So I'm hoping this is going to be the same stuff. If not, I'm going to be sorely disappointed, but guess we're going to find out. So I'm going to pause here and go do that, and then we'll come back and see how she looks. All right, see you in a bit. Alright, boys and girls, so there's the Black Templar on there, and, well, Black Legion. One of the things I really liked about the old Black Templar was the fact that when you painted it on, it kind of looked like black leather. It kind of still had the, excuse me, it still had the highlight, base coat, shade wash look to the most of the contrast paints, but it was just black, and it looked really nice as a leather color. Black Legion looks a little flat to me. I'm gonna let that dry and see if that changes anything, but yeah, that may need a little bit of a highlight of some black gray or something, because that just, it looks kind of flat and lifeless. Not really what I was looking for there. Which is too bad, because that's one of two Citadel paint colors that I actually like. That and their snakebite leather. For the most part, you know, I don't like Citadel's paints and Games Workshop's prices and everything. But I resolved myself to kind of suck it up to buy the Black Templar and snakebite leather, and snakebite leather still looks the same, but the Black Templar is a whole different color now, and Black Legion is has a different effect than I was hoping for. So I guess as long as it doesn't rub off like the Army Paint or Grim Black, I guess we're okay, but wasn't what I was expecting. So anyway, we're gonna go on and paint the cat, and then we'll come back and take a look at her. All right, see you in a bit. Alright, we made some more progress. I painted the cat in glossy black, and also painted her eyes with a white base and yellow ink. And as you can see, I also painted the stem and leaves on top of the jack-o'-lantern with wraithbone, and did wraithbone on her broom bristles as well. The leaves and stem are going to get Absolution green, a little bit of Niblet green dry brush on them. The bristles back here are going to get Pallid bone and probably just be left like that. The handle of the broom is going to be dark wood, and then we'll get into painting the jack-o'-lantern. So I think that's going to be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on all of that. And then we'll come back and take a look at her. All right, see you in a bit. Bye. All right, we've got the leaves and stem done on the jack-o'-lantern, and we've got the broomstick done. The bristles are obviously still a little bit wet, and I went ahead and painted her eyes just because they're pretty prominently sculpted and it looked a little weird without them, but I like how she turned out. So up next we're going to do the jack-o'-lantern, and I think that's going to turn out really nice. I got some OSL effects I'm going to do on the eyes and mouth there. That's going to look really good. And yeah, our girl's almost done. She's looking really good. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Alright, we are back and the pumpkin is done. And I'm pretty happy with him. I gave him a little light dry brush of Niblet Green on the leaves and stem there. Shade wash Fuegan Orange, and then painted the eyes and mouth with white and a little bit of fluorescent yellow from Vallejo Game Color. So I really like how that turned out. So up next is attaching her to the base, and that's going to be real easy. Basically all I'm going to do, I'm going to matte seal her, and then we're going to pull her out of that pin. We're going to put a little bit of paint on the bottom of the pin there, and then wherever we want her, that's where it's going to be on the base. So I'm going to go do that, and the next time you see this lady, she'll be completely done. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Or see you guys in a little bit, and then I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Alright, so our witch is matte sealed, and of course, I don't think I've ever actually shown how to do this. So I'm going to attach her to the base now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pin and just kind of dab it into the paint, just get a little bit of paint there, and then where I want her on the base is going to be right about there. Okay, so she's nice and centered up, and that leaves that little spot of paint on the base. So then I'm going to take the drill and drill right in that hole. The drill. And that's really all there is to it. I'm going to drill down through that and through the cube, put a little drop of super glue on the end of her pin, push it down in there and pin her to the base. And that's really all there is to it. It's not a really complicated procedure. It could take a little time to do. Sometimes, like with this, it's a little awkward because there's a piece of the background in the way of being able to really get a decent grip on the drill. And you want to make sure you go both through the base and into the wooden portion of it until you're at least as deep as the pin on the figure, which that's going to pretty well cover it. Alright, and there is our finished witch. I think she looks really good on her little grisaille background. I think she turned out really nicely. I'm not going to do the whole spinny thing and show you the back of it because you really can't see the back anyway. Back's not important. It's just plain cardboard. But yeah, I think our witch came out really nice. Really like how she turned out. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Next week we'll do something else. In the meantime, happy Halloween. Stay safe out there. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom here. If you like what you see, click like down below, and if you want to be notified when new videos get posted, click subscribe. And in the meantime, if you want to support us in any way, check me out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We're on all those platforms. If you see a miniature on the site that you want to make one of your own, hit me up on Instagram. I can quote you a price for that. And if you want any Flying Monkey Studios merchandise, like t-shirts, things like that, hit me up on storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios and get all your merch there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.